Good afternoon, Block 2. I thought I would just walk you through some instructions for this week because I don't see that we're making progress on getting to where we need to be, and tomorrow's Thursday. So if you go here, I put in our IM2 honors. You see SpongeBob. SpongeBob is saying something cute. He says, "So you're saying you can remember the trig functions by remembering SOHCAHTOA." So this week we're learning about SOHCAHTOA. So you want to go to week 2. And it says must view this item, meaning you have to click on it and watch the video. Now, when this shows up, you probably have to click the link here to take you to the YouTube link. Okay, it won't show up down here because YouTube doesn't embed the right way. So there's a couple videos you have to watch. Then when you get to this, it says sign up for Khan Academy class. This is it's a basic questions. There's 2 questions on it. All right, you could see, and I could see most of you haven't done this yet, means you have not signed up for Khan Academy yet. So I'll just look at the questions right here. One is, I've signed up for IM2 math class on Khan Academy. This is 1 point. It says go to this website and join the class code. Once you go to the join the class, it's going to send me an alert to update my class. Now that is not going to happen instantaneously. That might take a couple hours or a day to even get done because unless you send me an email saying add me in. But this is the assignment that I want you guys to do. So when I go to their class, I can see who the students are. So far we've had 2 students sign up for this correctly. Good job, Kareem. Good job, Maeli. And then I can see kind of where you guys are. So I could look at your progress and see, well, that's something different. Ew, who's that? But I can look at the scores to see what score you got. And this is how I can tell who's struggling and who's not struggling, okay? So that's the expectation for what you need to do for the Khan Academy, all right? Now, yes, this is just a true-false question. If you say, yes, you've started it and you really haven't, well, that's on you, okay? Because this is just to kind of help make sure you're doing the right thing. So let's go back to our assignments. So then you go to this and it says, do this before the discussion or practice. Now, this is the link to what you guys are going to be working on. So you just click on this. It should take you to this page, and these are the problems you're going to be practicing with. If you can understand these problems, the discussion will be easy, okay? All this is saying is that you have a triangle, you know one side, okay? You know one angle, you know one side, you don't know a side. Are you going to use sine, cosine, or tangent to solve this? That's what you want to think through, right? So if you're doing this problem, you might think, oh, this is the opposite in the hypotenuse. I'm going to use sine, right? So I'm giving you guys way too much here. So I would say the sine of my angle of 35 degrees is equal to the opposite side over the hypotenuse. Now, if you took notes on your SOHCAHTOA, you have that written down, SOHCAHTOA. So it's equal to our question mark over 5. And then you would have to go through and solve this and get the question by itself. So you'd have to multiply by 5 on both sides. That gets rid of the 5, and that's your answer. So your answer is going to be 5 sine 35. And it says you might need a calculator. So I don't know how to, oh man, I didn't want to do that. You might need a calculator. So I guess you would use your own calculator for that, okay? And you would type that in. So, yeah, and you would get your nearest hundredth. This is in degrees, so let's make sure you're in degrees. Calculator. Let's see if our calculator will do it. If you don't have a calculator, you don't even need a calculator. You can just do this. It says 5 sine 35 equals 5 times sine 35. I think this will do what I want it to do. Oh man, it says radians. What happens if we do degrees? Yep, there we go. So 2.867. There's your answer, right? And you would type that in, 2.867. Where's my problem? 2.867. So let's go here. 2.867. It says the nearest hundredth, so tens, hundreds is 2 decimal places. Let's see if we did it right. Check. Yay, we got it right. Okay, so that's how you would do it. You would do 3 more like it, get them right, get real good at it, okay? And then, then we can go back to our practice, and then this is where we have the discussion. Now, keep in mind That's not what I wanted. Okay. Go back. So keep in mind, this is your discussion, right? So keep in mind for your discussion, I just want you guys to talk about it, right? Nothing you're being graded is being graded on accuracy or not accuracy. So if these sentence frames I have here help you, then they help you. If they don't, then they don't, okay? But it says if you knew B, so that means that this is what you have, okay? All right. Send to a new page. So it's saying if you knew B, meaning you knew what this was, right? Okay, you know it. I know B. Okay, and you know the angle A. How would you use the information to find A? So how would you find this, right? So you want to think, okay, in this problem, the known side is what? A, B, or C, okay? The unknown side is what? A, B, or C, right? Side B is what to angle A? Is it adjacent, opposite, or the hypotenuse side? Side A is adjacent, hypotenuse, or opposite, right? Which trig function will you use? So if you have the opposite and the hypotenuse for these two, you're going to use sine. Okay? If you have the adjacent side, that's my ugly A, and the hypotenuse, you're going to use cosine, right? Because we learned SOHCA, and then if you have the opposite and adjacent side, you're going to use your tangent. Okay? And then you describe the equation you would set up and how you would solve it. All right, now you're not going to get a number answer. Your answer is probably going to look something like, sine of A is equal to, I don't know, A over B. That's not right. That's not right. That's all wrong. Okay, and you would solve that equation so you get the A by itself. Then you would solve it for A. And you're just going to write down the steps on how you would do it. Once you write your response, you can look over your teammates, your classmates, and see, how they did. I'll highlight the best one. Okay, that's what you would do there. All right, so let's take it back to our our Schoology. We have one more assignment. So the last thing you have to do is in this right here. So here it says in progress and submissions, but for this you would just you would hit my documents, and it's pretty cool. It's like 2 questions. It's like somebody with a kite, Terry with a kite, and here's her kite. She has 500 feet of string, right? So you're going to think 500 feet of string. Okay, so let's just kind of visualize this, if we could ever get there. So her string is 500 feet. Okay, her end of the string is 3 feet off the ground. So we know this is 3, and this is 3. Okay. And we know that for the problem, this angle is important, right? So this is either a 40-degree angle, or later on it becomes a 56-degree angle. And you have to figure out, I think the question is, how high up is the kite? So it's 3 plus this. And I've given you so many hints here, okay, to answer it. And I want you guys to write out your answer step by step, okay? All right? Hopefully this is helpful. So once you have that done, let's just go back and make sure we understand what we're supposed to be doing here. So once you have that done, you're at the bottom. You've done everything you need to do for the week, okay? And I can grade it. So that's kind of the whole scope of what you need to get done this week. This is just a copy of the textbook. You don't need it for anything unless you just really want to do some extra practice. I hope you guys are doing a good job. A lot of you guys are doing a nice job asking me questions and for help. All right, cool.